So today I want to talk about webuy cars, especially three things. One, should you trust them? Two, what you need to do when you're buying at webuy cars, and three, financing. Here I was visiting my friend who works at webuy cars, and I decided to take a video of few cars that are under 100,000. But let's get into what I want to talk about. So, should you trust webuy cars? I don't think you should trust webuy cars the same way you shouldn't trust your VW or your Mercedes dealerships. It doesn't make sense to say you don't trust the salesperson at webuy cars but you trust the salesperson at Mercedes. That just doesn't make sense, because the salesperson, wherever they are, at the end of the day they're just trying to make a sale. You buying a reliable car at a fair price is not at their best interest. So to answer your first question, cha. And that means no for our English speaking friends. So the next point I want to talk about is, what do you need to do when you want to buy webuy cars? First thing you need to do is to know yourself. So if you know that you don't know much about cars, such as horsepower, engine size, the national thank you lights, then you need to take with you someone who has knowledge about cars. In that way you don't just buy a lemon. Secondly, don't judge a book by its cover. People often say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and this is true. Because if you're not in your right senses, you think that something is nice, is fresh, kanti hey, you might just be getting yourself into trouble. What I'm trying to say is that much more goes into a car than just the looks. So test drive the car, feel it, sit on it, open, close the doors, sit on the passenger seat and at the back. Drive it on a gravel road, drive it on the highway. Make sure you are satisfied before you do the third thing that I want to talk about, and that is financing. But before that, my second point doesn't only apply to webuy cars, but this is something that you always need to do whenever you are buying a second-hand car. Because most people just look at the car for scratches and dents and think that's the only thing that goes into buying a car. A week later, the car has a check engine light and now you're back at the dealers. And that's all I have to say about what you need to do. We can discuss some other stuff on another video. My last point is financing. Unfortunately, webuy cars offers financing for cars under 100,000. What I will beg of you is, don't do that. At that point, rather just buy cash. But my 2 cents about finance is, make sure that you are getting a great deal for the car. How you go about negotiating, that's another video that I'll get into. So make sure you are subscribed for when I drop that video. And those were my 3 tips with regards to buying at webuy cars. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment on what other videos you would like to see.